What's up, everybody? Steven here for Off the Shelf Movie Night. I hope you're having a great Easter Sunday, having some good food, doing that Easter egg hunting, if that's what you do, that kind of thing. Me, I'm watching movies just the same as I do every day to some degree. Depending on, whatever else is happening. I try to squeeze in a movie almost every day. Today I'm finally getting around to something I've been planning to do for a while, which is a double dip episode based on my latest purchase of the Children of the Corn Arriw video release. So I'll be comparing this with my original Anchor Bay release. And at the end, we're going to make a decision. Do I keep them both? Or do I get rid of the older release? Or did I waste my money on the newer release? We're going to decide right now. So if you're not familiar with Children of the Corn, you should be. It is a classic 80s horror film based on the Stephen King short story. It stars Linda Hamilton. The basic setup is she and her husband are traveling across country. Circumstances find them in a small town where they don't mean to stay. They're just over there, just in a sort of a layover, and this town has been taken over by evil children who worship he who walks behind the rose. So it's scary, it's effective, it's low budget. I think based off what I've seen in the bonus features, it was a $1.3 million budget, but after paying Stephen King, I believe they only had $800,000 left to work with to make this film. And they made it very effective with a really cool score and solid acting from the main cast. Most particularly Linda Hamilton and the young man it was his first film, I believe, who played Isaac. He was 23 at the time and looks like he's about 14 in the film. So if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. So I was very excited to get this Anchor Bay version when it came out. I don't believe there was a slipcover version. That was kind of before the slipcover craze and all that stuff. And you can tell it has that old banner type thing at the top that we just don't do anymore. High definition, beyond high definition. But this is a stacked release, bonus features wise, and a very nice Blu-ray high-res transfer. So now we have the Arriw video release, also a beautiful transfer, and also stacked with bonus features. Obviously, when you compare the packaging, so I'll just show you, so we can compare that first as I talk about the transfers. So again, I think I mentioned this in another video. I love to keep these flyers in here. They're just advertisements, but I love it because these companies are gone, and it's neat to look back at the things that they sold. You can see there they were selling this Dawn of the Dead. If you have that Dawn of the Dead, you are a lucky, lucky individual. It is very hard to come by. Also, of course, Hellraiser and Day of the Dead, Evil Dead. All the classics. No reversible artwork here, but we do get disc art. So that's the packaging there. So first thing I'll talk about while I show you this packaging is that Arriw Video went back to the film negative, the original film elements, and did a new transfer. This transfer is nice. It's good. But this is a modern transfer. It's better. The color is better. Detail levels are a little bit better. You can just tell that we've refined the process of bringing film to high def. It's a better presentation. Not that this one's bad. I was perfectly happy with this one. So if you have this one and you're only interested in the film presentation, I don't know that I would move. Because that one's good. All right, so here's the inside of this one. We get some new disc art there. Oh, I just bumped the mic. That's going to be nice and loud for you guys. And then we get reversible artwork too. We get the original art and this newly commissioned art, which in this particular case, I actually really like this artwork of Isaac there. So I have not switched it around. Often I'll bring the original art forward just because I like the nostalgia of it, but I really kind of like this artwork. So we get a new DTS audio track here that's great. and a new transfer. So the overall film presentation is better, but this is not bad. So let's look at what, and now we have the packaging comparison. That's a matter of your choice. I feel this packaging is very basic, but if you had a lot of these Anchor Bay releases, the Dawn of the Dead, the Hellraiser, that kind of thing, they do look cool on the shelf together. So that's that. Let's talk about the extras, the bonus features, because both releases are packed. So here I have it. Outside of the audio and video presentation, both films have a commentary with the director and two of the actors. It's very good commentary. It's kind of weird. It starts and then they remember, oh yeah, we have to introduce ourselves. So you spend a few minutes on your first viewing not exactly knowing who's speaking, because you've got to attach a name to a voice. So it does take a few minutes, but there's great stories in there. The Arriw Video one here offers a second commentary with a film historian and a horror journalist. The journalist is also a independent film producer and director as well. So these guys are hardcore fans, but they've also studied the film quite a bit. So they offer some really good anecdotes and some additional stories that we didn't get in the other commentary and that kind of thing. But some of the things that they do say is repetitive to what is in the documentaries and stuff too. So, I mean, it's not crucial, this second commentary. It's nice to have, but it is not crucial to the overall presentation. So, Harvesting Horror is a very lengthy documentary with interviews from cast and crew. Missing from that is Linda Hamilton, but other cast members, producer, director, all that is here. It's very lengthy. It is very detailed, very nicely done behind the scenes look at the making of this film. And this was actually produced by Anchor Bay. So it is on both releases. It is on the Anchor Bay and it is brought over to the Arriw Video. So next up we have It Was the 80s. This is a one-on-one interview with Linda Hamilton, which is very good. She seems to be very focused on how harsh the weather conditions were, from freezing cold to 103 degrees. She mentions it more than once. But it's a good one-on-one interview with her, again, produced by Anchor Bay. So that one is also on both releases. So if you're keeping track, right now the only thing we have that's new to the Arriw Video release is the historian journalist commentary. All right, next up is, let's see, where are we? And a Child Shall Lead Them. Now, this is an interview with a couple of additional actors talking about the filming, how they auditioned, became part of it, including the actor that played Isaac. He's so good in the film, and you find out a lot about how he was chosen for the film and why he was chosen for the film and the lengths that he went to prepare for the film. It's a really good interview session, and it is on both releases. So, Field of Nightmares is an interview with the writer of the film, the screenplay writer, and he discusses what had to be done to extend the story, the short story, and make it into a feature film. And it's a very interesting one-on-one, only available on the Arriw release. It is a newly produced featurette by Arriw Video. So that's two things. All right, so Stephen King on a Shoestring is an interview with producer of the film, talking about how they were able to execute some of the special effects and different things that they needed to do with no money. It's very informative. It's fun to hear how they did things and see the actual scene and how it came out and that kind of thing. It is on both releases. Produced by Anchor Bay, so it's on both releases. So, Welcome to Gatlin is an interview with the composer and production designer. So they talk about both the music, which is very effective, and the production design. The funniest part of the production design is the discussion of where the corn is placed throughout the town, and then what happens when the corn starts to turn brown, and rot as they're making the film. The things that they had to do. Really good interview session with both of these crew members, and again, available on both releases. See, I'm telling you, both releases of this film are stacked. Return to Gatlin is a location tour, and it is a modern, done by Arriw Video location tour. We have a host who takes us scouting to see where things were shot and that kind of thing. I love this stuff. There are YouTube channels out there that do it. I don't know if this is on YouTube. It might be, because someone has, maybe Grim Life Collective or someone like that has gone to those locations. I'm not sure. So it is only on the Arriw release, but I'm not sure you can't find that on YouTube somewhere. It is very cool, though, to go back now and see what has happened with those locations. So we have Return to Gatlin, that's the location tour, and then we have Cut from the Cornfield. So this is a new interview with an actor discussing the missing Blue Man sequence that never made it to the film for mysterious reasons. I will leave that for you to discover for yourself. I don't even like to spoil bonus features if I can avoid it. This is, however, only available on the Arriw release. It is newly produced for Arriw. Okay. Disciples of the Crow is very cool. This is a short film made in 1983 based on the Stephen King story. So there's a different approach to telling that story. It's highly recommended for you to look at it. It is very unique to watch this and then watch the feature film. Only available on the Arriw release. So finally, after that, we have storyboards and trailers, which are available on both releases. The original Anchor Bay release, however, has artwork for the original opening credit sequence, not on the Arriw Video release. So it does have one thing that's not available on the new version. So as you can tell, both of the releases are stacked with bonus features. They both have decent presentations of the film. This one is a little bit better, but this one is fine. And again, both have great selections of bonus features. So it is an easy choice for me. I am a completist when it comes to bonus features, so I have to keep this one. And this one has to go. Now, if you're someone who is not such a completist, you just want a cool version of the film and you want to be able to watch it, this one you're probably going to spend about $25 on. You might find it used for in the lower 20s, but you're probably going to be at $25 on Macari or something like that. This one you can easily find for $10. I can tell you will be able to find this one for $10 because after this recording, this is going to go up on Macari. I'm going to sell this copy, and it is a really pristine copy. I'm going to sell it for $10. But yeah, even if you don't buy my copy, you can find the Anchor Bay one out there fairly inexpensively. So if you're not as OCD when it comes to bonus features as me, pick it up. Why not? I, however, am very happy to have this one. I'll show you the spine real quick. Okay. And again, a short shot of the back of the box so you can get a full look at the film. What do you think? Which version do you have? Which version would you be fine with the original Anchor Bay version? Is that the one you have? Is that the one you're looking for? Tell me why you would choose the one you would choose. I hope you enjoyed this double dip presentation of Children of the Corn. If you did, please give it a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. But definitely give me a like there because it really helps with the search algorithm. And share this video out. Let's talk about physical media. Let's talk about cool films to watch while we're all in quarantine. So yeah, in the meantime, till I see you again, pull something cool off the shelf. Share it with friends and family, and remind them why physical media is the best way to watch films and TV.